All right, almost to the point where we're going to engrave, but we need to first make our height map for our printed circuit board. That'll take care of any variations in the distance from the end of the bit down to the board, just in case there's any little dips or rises in the circuit board. The software will compensate for that. Okay, so what we'll first need to do is just make sure that we have our file open, which chances are yours is already open. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to need the height map expanded. So make sure that it's expanded by clicking on the 3 lines. We'll then click on Create. And if we look off to the left here, we can see that, or after we click on Auto. If you look off to the left, this is telling us what the size of the area is of this red box right here. So it looks like it's 74 millimeters roughly by about 63 millimeters. Find that it's good to usually take a sample every 10 millimeters as it goes. So what we'll do is set this then so that, let's see, 10 goes into 75 about 7.5 times. So we'll set X for 8. And then for the Y, 10 goes into 62 about 6 times. So we'll set that one to 6. So if you consider this right here to represent the area of this board, it's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 samples as it moves from left to right, and then a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 samples. Okay, right here, 6 samples from top to bottom. Okay, so that's set up. What this is, that is the distance that it would be riding above the surface of the board when it's moving the engraving bit, and this would be the maximum depth that it would go down before, if it didn't sense the board, that it would set off an alarm. Don't change either of those two.
I have zeroed my X, my Y, my Z, my bits right here on my origin. I have my clip connected up to my spindle and onto this clamp over here. So now I'm going to probe my material, and what it's going to detect for is basically any rises in the circuit board, dips in the circuit board, so it can compensate for that when it's doing its engraving.
And then, because I don't have one actually connected right now, this is not highlighted, but what you would do then to start the process now would be click on Probe.
So we'll go ahead and click on Probe, and it will start its process. And when that process is done, we're going to go ahead and save this height map file. Once you're done with height mapping, it'll say job done, and what you're going to do is click OK, and then you got to go directly up to go File and Save As. Oops. Okay. And then pay attention to the location, the file location that you're saving it. Chances are you're working from a thumb drive. So if I click on this, let's see, look under this PC, there it is, there's my thumb drive, my Kingston. Okay, and then I have a folder, so I'm just going to save it in this folder. Let's see, we'll call it Remote Jammer Map. Okay. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click on edit mode to take it out of edit mode, which will bring my design back up. And I do want to use the height map that I just made, so I will make sure that I click on use height map. And the, oops, actually I have to open it first. So when I go to my file location where I saved my map, I'll click it to open it, and then I need to make sure that this is checked. Okay, if it is checked, you're going to be good to go, and we're going to next start milling it. Okay, now for milling it, before we do anything, we need to make sure that we disconnect the clip. So I take the one off of there. This one you don't really need to take off of if you don't want to, because we're going to need it anyway for when we put the drill bit on. So I'm just going to leave mine attached. But I am now ready to go, so I will go ahead and click on send, and that'll send my information over for my remote jammer board.